Hey y'all. All right, so I know I haven't made videos but there's an incident that happened the other day that I'm still pissed about. So, as you guys know, I was real heavy into meetup.com. Every city has that. It's just online. You just punch in things that you like to do and you could find a group that's, you know, compatible with what you enjoy doing. But there's one group that I quit going to. There's reasons for that I'm not going to go into right now. I think people are fucked up, and that's the main reason. Um, and then there was an incident that happened the other day that was 1000% uncalled for, and I'm going to rant a little bit about it because it was fucked up the way it went down. So the person who's a facilitator of this particular group, I do believe he's a narcissist. I know more about him than he thinks I know. Okay. He's got an arrogant face. He carries himself like he's king dangling. He discards women after he sticks you. He discards women, which is what narcissists do. After they put it in you, they start looking for reasons to dislike you. This is just the way they go. That's the way they do. It don't matter if they've been with you for 10 years. All of a sudden, after they have their way with you, they have problems with everything about you is a fucking problem. The way you part your hair, you part it on the left, they like women to part it on the right. And that's a lie too, because if they had women that parted on the right, they wouldn't like them after a while either. So he discards women left and right. There's one woman that he's still stuck on, some chick he used to be involved with, and he discards women and always runs back to her. Anyway, whatever. So there's a track record of him not really treating people right, especially women. So a lot of narcissists, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. A lot of narcissists are facilitators of group with meetup because they're in charge of something and they feel important and they feel like they're all that in a bag of chips because they're in charge of a group, which really ain't shit. It ain't like you're sitting in, you know, some highly prestigious whatever. It's just a fucking meetup group with a bunch of toxic ass motherfuckers. It ain't nothing that special. Anyway, so and there's gonna be a lot of cussing. You can't handle it, get out. Anyway, um, we're grown up in here. So anyway, what happened was um we had inclement weather, which really wasn't that bad in this area. Now, Ohio got hit real bad with tornadoes. Missouri was in a w- watch, tornado watch from whatever time it was until 9 p.m. that night. But we were not in a tornado warning. We were only in a watch. Okay? A watch means they're keeping an eye on, the weather is favorable for tornadoes. And if one forms, it may come into your area, it may take a detour and go in somebody else's area. It just depends on what the hell the tornado wants to do. So we weren't in a warning, excuse me. We weren't in a warning. A warning means you have to take shelter because it's inevitable, it's happening. There's nothing you can do. You need to take shelter. We weren't in a fucking warning. So anyway, remember, keep in mind this person's a narcissist. I'm looking at the person's behavior. I'm not stupid. Normal people don't do that. Anyway, so just before the group started, like 2 hours, let's see, I don't know what the time frame was. Before the group was going to actually take place, everything was still going to happen. Everything was cool until one person decided, well, the weather's going to be bad, so regrettably, I won't be there. Okay, the weather wasn't going to be bad. It's just rain. It's just freaking rain. It ain't gonna kill your ass. Okay? So then this person, the facilitator, I think that that caused a narcissistic injury because that's his almighty cult slash group. And my God, if you're gonna disrespect him by not showing up, or you gonna tell him you're not gonna be there, the facilitator pretended he was looking at the weather too. Well, there wasn't no fucking weather to look at because we didn't have nothing go down. We didn't have no drama or nothing. We were just in like I said, we were just in a watch. So then he said, "Oh, he told the guy that canceled, oh, I hate that I'm not going to be able to see you. I really enjoy seeing you. Uh, be safe." Right. And then he said, "I'm keeping an eye on the weather too." He wasn't keeping an eye on the weather because there was no bad weather to keep an eye on. So that's a lie. Right. So then I don't know, probably 15 minutes later, he cancels the group altogether, which there was no motherfucking reason for it. I'm pissed. There was no reason for him to do that because we did not have any terrible weather at all. We were not in Oklahoma. We were not in Ohio. We were not in Texas. All of those areas got hit by tornadoes. We were in none of those states. We're in Missouri, and we were very fortunate. Well, I think there was drama in St. Louis, so far as I know. Um, but so far as this area, there wasn't anything going on. It was just a watch only. And if there's a warning, that's a totally different ball game. So I thought it was a fucked up thing for him to cancel the group that night. There was no reason for it whatsoever. We didn't have inclement weather. We had raindrops. Rain ain't gonna kill you. And I think he did it in retaliation, even though he said all the proper things. "Oh, I hate that I'm not going to see you." Blah, 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 blah." He got his feelings hurt because the guy canceled, so he decided to cancel the group in retaliation. I don't give a flying fuck what he said. That was what really went down. And that's what narcissists do. They're children. They get pissed off and have a temper tantrum because life didn't go their way. Well, life doesn't always go your way. You didn't know that? You're pretty slow if you don't know that when you reach a certain age. If you don't know that, you're real slow. Life doesn't always go your goddamn way. So anyway, I decided I was going to go because the food at the place we were going was really good. I don't go as often as I'd like to because their food's off the chain. I said, "Well, I'm going to go. And if anybody wants to go over there with me, then, go ahead and show up." And then I made a joke and I said, "A tornado knows better than to mess with me." Because I didn't want to come off arrogant. I didn't want to come off like, "Well, you might have canceled the group, but you don't stop me from doing my thing." I didn't want to come off that way, so I was making a joke about it. But if anybody wants to show up, that's cool. Well, because they're a cult and Big Daddy said I'm canceling the group tonight, they scared to go out too. Well, Daddy said we can't, so we can't. And not one person showed up. Even the fool that keeps trying to mac me, even though he knows I don't like his ass because he's a sexual pervert, he didn't even show up, and he's supposed to be so into me. Don't get me wrong, I'm not interested in him like that. I would never be interested in him like that. However, I could have tolerated his dumb ass for at least one night. Not one person showed up, not one, because Big Daddy said you can't. So everybody acted like a fucking 5-year-old, and they didn't show up either. Pissed me off, and the thing of it is, I'm going there. We were gonna celebrate St. Patty's Day early. So obviously you want to have your green on. Obviously you pick what you're gonna wear and all this other. I had painted my toenails green. I was gonna wear my cute little sandals. You get your hair, you do your hair nice, you put your makeup on nice, because I'm in tomboy mode like 99% of the time because I'm out with my dog and everything. I'm in the woods all the time. Y'all know that. So it takes a woman a while to get herself together, especially for a fun occasion or a event, whatever, special event or whatever. It takes us a while to get ready. And then you just gonna have us get ready and then cancel the shit like we put in all that effort for no fucking reason. I haven't painted my toes once this year. Not once. Why should I? I'm wearing boots and shit, trudging through the mud in a forest and what have you. So anyway, I was pissed. I was just fucking pissed. It was so inconsiderate. It was so fucking inconsiderate. So that is another group that I will no longer be going to. There's one group that I hardly ever go to. The only reason I went to see them a few months ago is because it was an 80s event and I love the 80s. That's my kryptonite. I love music from the 80s. Um, that's the only reason that I went, not because they were there, because I don't hang with them no more. And the only, the other group I was going to go because the food is really, really good. And I just thought it was weird that he's got so much control over people that if he says you can't go, you can't go. What are you, like 5? What are you, like 5 years old? He can't stop you from going somewhere. You know what? You know what? Look here. I'm done with that group too. I'm done with them too. The groups that I go to is starting to shrink, 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 shrink in size. There's only one group that I'll be going to, and that's only if they decide to have parties. I know that they're decent, they're easy to get along with. They don't cancel on you because the fucking rain is coming. Okay, they don't cancel. We had a pool party in the rain. It rained most of the day, and they didn't fucking cancel it. So I will go to them if they have an event. They just bought some property, so they're gonna build some cabins around the lake, and they're gonna rent those out, and that's like totally cool because they're gonna make more money and that kind of thing. So that's awesome. But I mean, I don't. You know what? Look here. I done told y'all this. I done told y'all this. I don't fucking like people. I really don't. Most people are into drugging, drinking, smoking, regular cigarettes, doing drugs, fucking strangers. I'm not into any of those things. And if you're not into what most people are into, you are considered a square. You are considered Mary fucking Poppins, okay? I have 5 tattoos and I cuffs like a sailor. I'm not Mary Poppins on any stretch of anyone's imagination, okay? All right. I don't know why people think I'm Mary Poppins. Like one lady, she hid the fact that she was fucking a married man from me. She hid it from me. Like I'm gonna scold her. I thought she said, I'm not seeing him no more. I'm not seeing him no more. You don't gotta tell me what you're doing and what you're not doing. Well, somebody else told me, oh yes, she's still seeing him. At the time, she was still seeing him. And come to find out, he started seeing somebody else and he pretended that he was seeing someone else and he had pretended with the original girl that he was getting a divorce and he never was getting a divorce. He's just going to screw other people and stay married. All right. But you don't have to lie to me and act like you're not with him no more because you're not doing my husband. So that's y'all's thing. Okay. That's y'all's thing. You don't gotta no. So anyway, she didn't need to lie to me. I'm gonna find out the truth any goddamn way. Why are you lying? I'm not gonna say, oh my god, that's horrible. If that's what you want to do, you are an adult. Now, you do that with my man, we gonna have a problem. Actually, I might have more of a problem with him than you because I don't know what lies he done told you because he done told me lies and told you lies and all this other. Women need to stick together and address the man themselves. Both of them get together. Don't hate the other woman. I'm gonna whoop her ass. Don't. We're not in high school. So anyway, I don't like people. Not one person showed up. I said if anybody wants to show up, then come on. But Daddy said no, so they couldn't go. We were not in a tornado warning again. We never had bad weather that night. We had a little bit of rain off and on. That's it. That's all. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. Period. I don't like people no way. So I have to put myself in a certain mode, a certain mental mode to even be around people. I have to, you know, I don't want to say it's a procedure, but kind of. Because I like to be alone. I love to be in the woods. Me and my son, my furry dog, me and my son. I like to be in the woods. I like the peace and quiet. There's no drama. There's no, you know, we plot and plan and then you gonna yank the rug from under somebody's feet. If I'm going to the woods, I'm going to the goddamn fucking woods. Period. I'm reliable. I'm not wishy washy depending on if I get my feelings hurt or not. I got time for that shit. I really don't like people. I don't. Being around them requires an energy that I normally don't have. So I have to. I've heard people say this before. They're like, I have to charge my batteries in order for me to be around people, and that's what I have to do because I'm not always wanting to be social, and I'm not always wanting to deal with people who are all into themselves and they love telling you all their whole life and they don't ask you one question like what's your favorite color because they don't give a shit. It's all about them. Well, I tell you what, you all do your thing over there because your world is the only thing you care about any damn way, and I would stay over here and do what I want to do in my world. Okay. Ugh. I don't like people. People, they rearrange their schedules to go to these things. They Women do extra precautions. If they're going to wear a skirt, they shave their legs. There's precautions that men could just hopefully wash their ass, take a shower, and throw some clothes on and bounce out the goddamn door. Women do their hair, they shave, they do their makeup, they do, make sure, whatever, paint their nails or whatever they're going to do. We do extra things. And then at the last minute, you're going to cancel, man. Fuck you, man. Fuck you, you arrogant narcissist. You fucking inconsiderate fucker. And he has a habit of fucking women and kicking them to the curb. He did that to a girl who's engaged to somebody else right now. I could have told you before you got started with him that you were wasting your goddamn time. And, and here's the thing. Here's another thing. The facilitator told the other guy who canceled, because it's going to be rainy, okay, told him, be safe. When I said, well, I'm going to go, and anybody else who wants to show up, I'll see you there. I'll be leaving shortly. He didn't tell me to be safe. He didn't tell me shit. I noticed, this isn't always the case, but I noticed a lot of narcissists, male narcissists, have more respect for men than they have for women. So since he's a man, the guy that canceled ran away like a bitch, okay? He got more concerned about his safety than mine because he got a dick swinging, so he's a lot more important than I am anyway. Any day of the week, he's more important than I am. Fuck y'all. It takes a lot of my energy to be around y'all, to tolerate y'all anyway, and then you pull shit like this. I just thought it was extremely inconsiderate. It had nothing to do with bad weather. He got his fucking feelings hurt. Period. Dot. End of story. So I won't be going to none of his shit no more. I could go to that place of business anytime I want to. I don't need your permission. I don't need my dad's permission or the cult leader's permission to go. I go whenever the freaking hell I want to go. People, I don't know. And I guess another thing too is I have to find the energy and the patience to deal with people because I'm a loner anyway. And then when I go through all those head things that I got to go through to put up with y'all, and then, I pulled all that energy out, and then it just, for no reason, that pisses me off. That pisses me off. And truth be told, and we're going to go there. I don't give a flying fuck. We're going there. There's a lot of stuck-up, snotty-ass people in the group, especially if they have money. They're in a certain financial bracket. They hang with each other. I talked about this in another video. They all hang with each other. Your ass is not invited if you are not in our bracket. Okay? One person buys cars constantly. He's addicted to cars. He buys them all the time like a hobby. It's a hobby of his. He gets bored with them. He gets rid of them, buys more, buys more, buys more. People are struggling to buy goddamn groceries. This motherfucker buying cars every day. They all stick together. They all stick together. And they were doing like dirty ass shit behind. That's why I stopped going. Me and my friend quit going. They start having these private groups outside of the group. The key and the purpose of the group was for everybody to join. I'm not saying you can't go to Susie's house and have wine with her because that's not the whole group invited. I'm not saying that. But when you deliberately break the group up, that wasn't the purpose of the group. And that particular facilitator of that group would catch them doing that sometimes, and he would say, you need to make that available for everybody. Well, they didn't like that, so they started getting deeper and deeper into their own little clique, which reminds me of high school. Really? We're back to that? How old are we? Being a loner is better, and I like it better, and that's where I'm going to stay. Like I said, I'll go to the other group sometimes if and when they have something, but outside of the rest of that, no. There is a meetup group that's in New York. If they have a decent topic that I'm into, then I will go ahead and go to their meetup online because it's in New York. I've never had problems with them, so they have an exciting topic. I'll go do their group thing. But so far as the others, no, they're just a colossal fail. I don't like the way people treat each other. I don't like how it's turning into a fuck fest. People join the group so they can get somebody's panties or underwears down. That's gross. I mean, you can't hang like, Imma tell you what happened with one group. Well, it was the original group I used to be a part of. We went to, I can't remember. It's like a store, but it's a restaurant too. They serve food. Anyway, we went there and some chick was there earlier before I got there because somebody else told me about it and I was tripping. She said, "Yeah, we were talking about different people," and she said, "Yeah, you remember so and so?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "Well, she was here, but she left because there were no cute guys here." Now, the original group, that facilitator is always telling people, this is not that type of group. You don't come in here to meet somebody. If it happens organically, that's fine, but that is not the purpose of the group. Is to make friends and to have connections and all that bullshit and triple layers of bullshit. People go there to fuck people. Period. So it's a fuck fest. Another reason I don't fit in because I don't need you all in my bed and I don't need to be in your bed. Now, friendship is relationships come and go with the wind. Come on, people will dump you in a heartbeat. They've been with you for 10, 15 years. They get sick of you and they just want to go hump the mail lady or mailman. So relationships ain't shit. Friendships, on the other hand, will last longer than relationships 99.9% of the time, and y'all have a better loyalty and more respect for each other. So, friendship to me is a hell of a lot more important than jumping in somebody's bed. But even though he keeps saying, stop trying to hook up with people, that is exactly what they do. That is exactly what they do. Men and women both. Peeping, looking for somebody to bang, looking for somebody to bang. That's just what they do. I don't do that either. So I don't fit in because of that too. And I'm cool with that. My body don't tell me what to do. I tell it what to do. And if I'm gonna go in the middle of a goddamn tornado, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I knew we weren't in a watch, so I was safe. I knew I was cool. And I don't need somebody to tell me to be safe. Go fuck yourself if you don't want me to be safe. Okay, bitch? So, I just needed to go off. I just needed to. I'm tired of people. I am just up to here with their shit. There's always something. There is a lady that I really like. She's not like every group I've ever known. She's not like any of them. She's totally different. She's athletic. She's clean. She's wholesome. Clean meaning a good person. She's not doing shady ass shit. She's not talking about people behind their back and that. She ain't nothing like none of them, okay? She's really nice. The problem is I never see her. And she was married before and her husband passed away and she's probably missing male company. So I don't think I'd have her as a friend for very long because I'm pretty sure she'd be aggressive about dating because that when you've had a mutually loving relationship, marriage for a long time, mutual being the key word, you kind of crave that again. So she may be doing heavy duty dating and I'm not. So it's not like I don't think we would be able to spend quality time together, but I always enjoyed seeing her because she is different from everybody else. Different is good. All right, you guys take care. I just needed to go off. People just make me crazy. All right. Much love. Talk to you later.